What everybody is saying. Ex-FBI officer Joe Navarro teaches you the art of nonverbal intelligence in this fascinating book. Learn how to read nonverbal cues, body language. Learn how to spot people's true intentions and feelings. Get to understand what people are thinking even if their mouths are saying something else. You'll be able to communicate more effectively with loved ones, colleagues and employers. You can even understand complete strangers if you can better read their body language. Nonverbal communication can be quite crucial. Understanding nonverbal communication on a deeper level enables you to better understand yourself. You can also understand other people's emotions, intentions and behaviors in all circumstances. That's how body language looks like. It's also a worldwide relevant concept. It's a universally applicable concept that crosses civilizations. Nonverbal communication is a skill that may be learned and mastered. Try to be an adept observer of your surroundings. Do pay attention to what others are saying. Observe your own body language. Assess individuals in the context of the circumstance by seeing and analyzing them. To provide just 2 examples, many individuals experience nervousness before job interviews. Some others get into a state of shock after an accident. Nonverbal signals, such as lip pressing, are both universal and distinctive at the same time. With everyone, set the ground rules. You'll be able to see any departures from the norm this way. Keep an eye out for numerous indications or clusters of behavior instead of depending on just one. Sudden behavioral shifts might disclose a person's true intentions. Perhaps there are other intentions. Develop the ability to tell the difference between phony and genuine nonverbal signs. Pay attention to the tiniest details in your observation and evaluation. Various areas of the brain are involved. No one can control the brain's limbic system with their mind. You can rely on it since it's the honest part of your brain. Neocortex, the region of the brain that processes information. The lying brain is to blame. This is not a reputable or accurate source of information. What's the best course of action? When we are under stress, our bodies may react in several ways. The most common reactions are fight, flight, or freeze. Freeze response. Stress or fear can also cause our bodies to enter a state of immobility. We may see this response in helplessness or in the inability to move. Fight response. When we feel cornered or threatened, our bodies may prepare for a physical altercation. We may see this response in aggressive or confrontational behavior. Flight response. When we feel threatened, our bodies may also prepare to flee the situation. We may see this response in avoidance behavior or the desire to escape. The flight response shows up as trying to distance yourself from whatever is causing stress physically. We may express discomfort by covering our eyes, turning away, or pointing our feet away from the source of anxiety. Natural survival mechanisms enable us to adjust for a greater predators or prospective threats to our life by using this process. The limbic system, which processes and responds to information, is principally responsible for these responses. Some people freeze. When faced with a physical, visual, or verbal danger, we freeze. Distancing oneself from others is a sign of flight. Sometimes your body is turned away from the person you're talking to, including your feet and your eyes, as well as your hands and faces. A fight might be either a verbal or a physical one. Your chest and eyes will swell. Also stored in the limbic system are memories of both pleasant and unpleasant stimuli. When we see a long-lost buddy, for example, it gives us a rush of joy. There are some behaviors that are calming. In order to calm ourselves, we engage in pacifying actions. When we're stressed or anxious, it may help to chew gum, rub our necks, or stroke our beards. Whistling, talking to oneself, yawning too much, and slipping your hands down your knee are all signs of stress. Men typically place a finger between their shirt collar and neck, creating ventilation, or cross their arms and rub against shoulders to calm themselves down. In the event that you witness someone engaging in a pacifying action that is out of character for them, you might inquire as to what prompted them to do so. Alternatively, you may just observe that the individual is under stress and adjust your approach to being with them accordingly. Check out the lower limbs. The state of our legs and feet may reveal a great deal about our emotional state. Having happy feet, for example, is a common reaction to excitement. It is common for us to move our feet when we don't want to see or be near someone, and this is a symptom of our displeasure. All of this is done without the user's knowledge or consent. When someone's knees are clasped and their torsos are leaned forward, they're ready to leave. When we are confident and comfortable with someone or a circumstance, we commonly cross our legs, no real threat around. Courtship requires us to turn our legs toward the person we like the most. Footsies and toes hanging in shoes are also signs of contentment. Limited foot-to-foot contact is detrimental. When our feet mimic the position and direction of others, they indicate that we wish to remain where we are. What does it mean when we occupy a lot of space? When we occupy a large portion of the room, we are expressing our confidence and indicating that we have a higher social position. When a person's look and body language seems deceiving. When they're laying down, most people keep their arms and legs tucked in. It's a sign of prudence and self-control, not dishonesty. Withdrawing one's feet from the bottom of a chair serves as a comparable signal. The torso, hips, abs, chest, and shoulders, body language. As a natural response to pain, people tend to slouch or turn slightly away. You'll notice that your center, front, side leans toward the things you enjoy and away from the things you don't. An indication of pain is covering your torso. As a result of your discomfort, your digestive system is unable to function properly. As a display of respect and humility, bowing gently is common among the elderly and to superiors. How about the arm movements? Superiority and a warning not to go too near are conveyed in this gesture. If you're going to use the phrase, keeping someone at arm's length, you better be careful. Marking territory with a person's or group's arms is one option. People who are in control splay their arms. Hands behind the head in a hooded position conveys a sense of authority and self-assurance. People try to show off their power through their arms, such as via their muscles, tattoos, or smooth or tanned elbows. Greeting a stranger with outstretched arms and palms wide open demonstrates that you care without saying a word. In this position, the ventral side is visible. The fingers and hands of a person can also reveal a lot. With our hands, we express thoughts and feelings. Avoid covering your hands while you talk. Doing so is a red flag to the audience that you are not an accomplished orator, withdrawn, sneaky, and deceptive. Relationship issues are indicated by a decrease in contact. No one loves it when people point their fingers, and it detracts from the message you're trying to convey. A worried or insecure person may bite their nails. This isn't a positive sign. Oops, that shows a lot, right? An insecure person may keep their thumbs and fingers inside their pockets, low status or confidence. Sometimes their thumbs are near the zipper to pull trousers up or simply hang in genital frame, expressing sexuality. When you're speaking the truth, you do all in your power to convince others that you're talking the truth. It's a fact that people's minds are easily swayed. So, in a nutshell, what everybody is saying. An ex-FBI agent's guide to speed reading people by Joe Navarro. In summary, there are 3 key takeaways. At least 60% of what you say is not coming out of your mouth. There's one more option you can take next to fight or flight, and that is called freeze. You have to develop situational awareness if you want to master the art of reading people.